The United States is known as a country that frequently violates human rights, despite claiming to be the epicenter of human rights. Now, two particular organizations seem to be looking the other way on this. Organizations that are dedicated to monitoring and correcting human rights. That would be the International Criminal Court and Amnesty International. Yet the two of them seem to be looking the other way for some reason. Previously, the ICC declared its intention to investigate crimes carried out by the U.S. during the Afghan invasion and occupation. Both U.S. President Donald Trump and National Security Advisor John Bolton threatened retaliation against the group. ICC prosecutor Fatou Bensouda has had her visa revoked, hindering her ability to investigate. The U.S. has also directly threatened the organization over what it calls bias against the U.S. and Israel. It should be noted that the United States has always refused to be a member of the International Criminal Court, because if they did, they would be giving more power to the international body to prosecute the United States for the war crimes that it frequently carries out during its war on terror and past war on the spread of communism. Now, it should be noted the ICC has rejected its prosecutor's call to investigate war crimes that had been taken place in Afghanistan. Now, the court judges highlighted instability and lack of cooperation with the United States as the reason that they decided to just kibosh any idea of investigating U.S. war crimes. Now, this comes only a week after the United States revoked the visa of the previously mentioned ICC prosecutor. Now, it's very clear that the United States has threatened the ICC into silence. Meanwhile, Amnesty International has failed to cover the crimes committed by al-Qaeda in Syria. The organization is called Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, effectively a rebrand of al-Qaeda or Nusra Front. They've repeatedly violated the ceasefire, but Amnesty International has refused to criticize them for it. These are the Syrian people that are entirely ignored by the NATO-aligned media and human rights groups that have sustained narratives that traditionally only criminalize one side in a complex and externally imposed 8-year war. It seems very obvious that these organizations are being silenced in order to forward U.S. foreign policy. Now, Amnesty International is known for essentially fabricating human rights abuses in order to forward U.S. policy. Previously, Amnesty International declared that former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi had carried out tremendous mass murders during the U.S. backed, if not outright controlled, uprising in his country. Now, these massacres didn't come with any evidence whatsoever and then later turned out to be false. This is also along the same lines of the claim that Libya had chemical weapons that it was using on people, which also turned out to be faked. And Amnesty International ended up siding with the U.S. coalition against Gaddafi and particularly the bombing raids, which ended up killing about 30,000 people in the country and ended up bringing slavery back. So Amnesty International found itself on the same side as slavery. Yet, for some reason, we're still supposed to believe that they're a human rights organization. In the past, I have covered their coverage of the DPRK and shown some of the things that they have said to be outright ridiculous and blatantly false. So it seems that we have Amnesty International once again on the side of U.S. foreign policy, yet the International Criminal Court, the body which would hold people accountable for their crimes, being silenced.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.